What's up, Madden Men of the People? ZFarls back here. Big shout out to those of you who tuned into Madden Bowl, but today's a MUT video talking journey to the Super Bowl and Michael Vick. Will he get an item now that he is retired in Madden Ultimate Team? It's going to be very interesting to see. We'll talk about that in the end of the video. But if you remember our last video where we broke down some of the new items, we did miss out on the Malcolm Butler, and I wanted to bring him up because he's pretty impressive at 93 speed, 93 man, and 95 zone, but he does not give you the Motivator +2 boost. So is he worth going after? And then my thought is, I think all of the new CBs that are coming out are going to end up at about that 93, 93 range. We were seeing a lot of 91, 91s, then we saw a couple 93, 91s. Now I think we're going to start to see a lot of 93, 93s. I've got a guy coming up in this video that I like more than Malcolm Butler, so I would hold on him. Now, they did release new Journey solo challenges. There's also a Blitz head-to-head event going on this week. 70,000 coins, 64 solo challenges. You've got Legendary Super Bowl pack, Flashback pack. You'll also pick up a 92 overall Deion Jones that I really like. 89 speed at MLB, super fast. You see the play rec's a little bit low. He's maybe not the best user guy at 6'1", but I think there's a blend here of zone coverage. I'd love to see you be able to get that play rec to 90, but good block shed for a guy that fast. I think Jones could be pretty good, especially coming out of these solo challenges, a nice reward. But that's all you get for solos. I'm sure most of you guys have already grinded those. But let's talk about Michael Vick. First thing to point out is they did do some, retirement tribute items this season. I believe we had Andre Johnson that you're looking at. So will they do something like that for Michael Vick? Should you get your coins ready? What might Michael Vick's ratings come in at? When has Michael Vick entered the game in the past? Those are all things to consider if you're a hardcore Ultimate Team player and fan. Do you want to utilize a left-handed quarterback? Is Randall Cunningham, gonna get what type of ability chemistry might a Michael Vick have? He's probably not gonna have conductor. Would he have gunslinger? He's gonna have big-time throw power, and most likely. So, looking at this Steve Smith, you see the Andre Johnson. There's also Robert Mathis. Will they go that route? Will it be soon? Will it be late? Will they even do anything? We don't know. For me, as far as mobility goes, the new Russell Wilson that came out, he seems to be very, very mobile. I have trouble with scrambling out of the pocket. It can be difficult. So if Vick's going to be super, super expensive and he's left-handed, should you start practicing with a left-handed quarterback now if that's just who you want to use? Those are all things to consider as you potentially get ready for Michael Vick. But let me know in the comments if you're going to go after Vick, if they are to drop one. I'm very interested to know just based on how the game plays. But Casey Hayward gets a gold badge monster, I believe. So you need 245 gold players plus 5 Casey Haywards for a 92 speed, 94 zone. So once again, that's right around that 93, 93 range. Chem's on there, not major ones I go for, but I like that he's above the play rec. I think it's going to be pretty costly to pick up that Hayward, so I would pass for the moment. John Elway, speaking of passing, comes in at 94 throw power. This guy is incredibly balanced across the board, but at about 80 speed, I just don't know if he has what it takes to get it done. At the start of last season, I love John Elway's base item. He always is super balanced across the board. I mean, he's going to play well, but is he the meta? I don't believe at this point. I'd like to see a quarterback with 96 throw power and at least 87 speed. That would be what I would go for. Now, Mel Blount gets an item, 6'3" with 93 speed. This guy's known for his big-time block shed, hit power, tackling. If you need a lockdown corner and you play cover 2, this is a guy that you can go for. Obviously, people hung on to his slower version from earlier in the season really far in, and it's great to see him get an upgrade with 92 play rec, 95 press. I think Mel Blount is a must-have. Deion Sanders for lockdown coverage, but Mel Blount for tackling. I think even this 93 speed version puts him ahead of Night Train a little bit, in my opinion. Plus, he's got the man coverage. You could boost that up with an Emerson, get it to 96, and Mel Blount is a really attractive option for your lineup. Now, Lawyer Malloy, I believe he is a reward for winning 3 Super Bowls in the Blitz head-to-heads. I got to confirm that. You guys should follow EA Sports MUT for more info. But looking at him, he has 91 speed. He's only 6 feet tall. So 93 hit power. I'm really looking for 96 at this point in the year. Sean Taylor's out there. without the height, I think the Bob Sanders could be a better value. Obviously, if you win him, this is a good item to have in your lineup. Like, he's going to hold up. But I love the Cam Chancellor because of his size for what I do with my strong safeties. I just don't know if this Lawyer Malloy is going to get it done. He's not a true coverage guy. Obviously going to be a great tackler, so you'd have to look into that. But there's other great tacklers at the strong safety position. So I would pass on the Malloy. But Jerry Rice gets an item, and this is the GOAT, and I'm going to tell you why right now. With 96 route running, you're going to see some great changes. Now, I know he has double route run chemistry, but he is chemistry protected, in my opinion. I think it's going to work this way. You now have a guy in the lineup with 96 route running that you don't have to spend any chemistry on to get him there. So you can now not have to start Jerry Rice in your lineup and still get those great crispy routes for your C routes, for your corner routes. So I think a lot of people are going to use this guy. Plus, he is, rock solid across the board, 6'2", hangs onto the ball. So that route running being there is huge for competitive players, and we got to see if he's going to get maybe a playmaker in the future on a milestone. But that 96 stock rating for Jerry Rice, I think, makes him one of the most valuable receivers for a specific role in the entire game. Now, the final guy here we're going to talk about is Von Miller. He's 6'3", he's got 88 speed, he's got 95 finesse moves, so he's a pass rusher through and through, and he has triple Denver chemistry. So he's strong enough to play in the run game at 88 and 94 block shed. That's tremendous. But, is he better than Team of the Year Khalil Mack? That's kind of the question you have to ask. Mack is the true power move rusher of the two, where Vaughn is the finesse move rusher. Can you cross-man him at 88 speed? Of course, but can you get guys that are 90 speed that are better values? Yes, I think you can. Where do you want to slide him in? He's got to rush the passer. He's not a true zone coverage guy. And it's going to end up coming down to who's going to be less expensive between him and Khalil Mack. And I've seen the Mack in action, and he's played really, really well. I do generally enjoy playing Von Millers. The last option I would give you is the Bruce Irvin, because you're going to get a little more coverage out of him. Now, not quite as good of a pass rusher or as physical in the ground game, but you're not going to get the most value out of Miller and Mack, even though they're super athletic in coverage. That's just not where you're going to get the value out of those guys. It's going to be rushing the passer, and there's a lot of cheap ways to rush the passer. So while I do love the Miller, just make sure you're utilizing him in the right role. He does also cost 3 more cap than Khalil Mack, who's already pretty heavy hit on your cap. So hopefully these reviews helped you out, guys. Hopefully you're enjoying the journey to the Super Bowl. This is Farls. If I missed anything, let me know in the comments. Would appreciate it. And let me know about that Michael Vick, what you guys think. Until next time, lock up.